Welcome! I'm Vivian from the ArcGIS Maps SDK team. This video will show you how to search for an address with the ArcGIS Geocoding service and ArcGIS Maps SDK for Swift. Geocoding is the process of converting text for an address to a complete address with a location. Geocoding is a powerful tool, especially when using mobile applications. To create the application, I'm using the project and code solution from the Display Map tutorial as a starting point. The solution displays a basic map and sets an initial viewpoint. The full tutorial and solution are available in the description below. To use the ArcGIS Geocoding service, I need an access token that has privileges to use the service. In this example, I'm going to use an API key credential. I'm signed into my portal with my ArcGIS Location Platform account to create an API key credential. I create a new credential, enable basemap and geocoding privileges, and copy the API key so I can use it in my project. The ArcGIS Geocoding service is available for both ArcGIS Location Platform and ArcGIS Online developers. For step-by-step instructions to create an API key, see the links in the description below. Back in my Xcode project, I paste in my API key to set the ArcGIS Environment API key property, and I'm ready to start coding. Moving over to the Content View Swift file, I first changed the basemap style to ArcGIS Imagery. This is a satellite imagery basemap style provided by the ArcGIS Location services. Next, I create a viewpoint variable with the state property wrapper using the existing coordinates. Doing so will allow the value of the viewpoint to be updated as the geocode results change. Now, I can remove the old code. Next, I create a private class named Model that is an observable object. I also need a state object reference to the model class in the Content View struct. Check out the Programming Patterns page to learn more about managing GeoView states, linked in the description. Later, I'll need to use graphics to display the geocode results on the map, so I need to add a graphics overlay to the model class. A graphics overlay is a class that manages a collection of graphics that can be displayed in a map view or scene view. I need a text graphic to display the resulting address and a marker graphic to pinpoint the result on the map. I'll make the text graphic first. I create a text graphic from a text symbol with black font and white background in the model class. Next, I'll make the marker graphic. The marker graphic is a red square, so it's noticeable on the map. I want to add these graphics to the graphics overlay when the model is initialized. So I create a graphics overlay with these graphics and assign them to the model's graphics overlay in an initializer function. After setting up the graphics, I am now ready to write the geocoding function. Geocoding is implemented with a locator. So my first step is to create a locator task to reference the ArcGIS Geocoding service hosted by Esri. Now I create an asynchronous throwing function that will be called when the user inputs an address. The function takes the user input as a string parameter. In this new function, I create geocode parameters and specify the attributes to improve my results. The asterisk returns all possible address fields from the geocoder. Now I'm ready to perform the geocode operation using the search text and geocode parameters. The first of the geocode results is the best match, which I can use to display the results. After obtaining the first result, I can access its properties like extent and display location. I update the model's viewpoint using the extent, assign geometries to the graphics with the display location, and update the symbol's text with the label. Lastly, I need to add some UI components to obtain the address search text from the user. First, in the Content View struct, I create a string variable with the state property wrapper. This will contain the user input and be used to perform the geocode operation. Then, in the Content View body, I update the map view to display the map, viewpoint, and graphics overlay. I add an overlay on top of the map view with a text field, spacer, and button. The button will prompt the geocode function with the text provided by the user. Then I add padding and a light background to the overlay. Now I'm ready to run the app and search for an address. Here's my app with the search box at the top of the map. I enter address text and tap the search button. The result of the search text displays with the red graphic with the geocoded address on top. Thanks for joining me. The full tutorial is linked in the description below. To learn more about building mapping apps with Swift and ArcGIS, please visit the ArcGIS Maps SDK for Swift documentation. Thanks for watching.